Okay, today I'm going to show you how to make a landscape for your game and build a character that can move around on the surface of that landscape. So first thing we're going to do is here in Blender we're going to delete this cube. So we're going to hit X and then delete. Then we're going to hit number 7 on your numpad, and that'll go your top view. You can add a mesh and a plane. We're going to scale that up. We can scale it to 10, and we're going to move this light. We're just going to drag that so like that. Okay, so on this plane here we are going to go into edit mode, and then we're going to hit W and we're going to subdivide that 4 times. From here we are going to unwrap this, so hit U for unwrap, and then change this default to UV editing, and then in here we can go to image, open image, and I'm going to use an image that I've already set up. It's called Clover Loop, and it's just a image with clover in it. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to scale this up so that one of these boxes, so I'm using S and G to scale and grab to move my object, and I'm just going to scale it up so that the whole thing fits one square. Alright, and if I want to look at it, I can switch this over to textured, and you see it looks pretty good. You can definitely tell that there's some repeating and whatnot, but for the purpose of this video it works pretty good. Alright, so we're gonna get out of this, we're gonna go back to default, we're gonna hit tab to go into object mode, and deselect everything, and then we're going to add a cube. Okay, so we can scale that down quite a bit. What we want to do is bring it over right below the camera here. Okay, so I'll bring that down a bit, and what we're going to do is we're going to select the camera, and then we're going to select the cube. So hold shift and right click. You have them both selected with the cube as the lighter color. It's selected second, and then we're going to go Control P, and we're going to parent those to the object. So the camera is being parented to the cube. Alright, then we're going to select the camera, and we're going to hit R, and so it'll rotate, and we're going to hit Z for the Z axis, and then we're going to go 45. Okay, and then we hit 0 to go into the camera, and then we can rotate on the Y axis, and we can just bring that up a little bit so it's a bit more of a natural feel. Okay, so get out of that. And what we can do now is we can bring this down a little bit closer to the plane. We're going to select the plane. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to go from default over here. We want to go to game logic and change Blender render, and we're going to change that to Blender game. Okay, so from this plane here we're going to go into the physics tab, and we're going to go down and collect collision bounds, and we're going to leave that as box. Alright, then we click on the cube, we're going to select the cube here, and we're going to have that one as a rigid body, and we're going to select collision bounds on that one as well. Leave that as box. Okay, so we're going to switch this over to textured. So go to textured, go to 0, and from in the camera view you hit 0. Right, we go game, start game engine, and it sits on the plane. So our camera isn't sitting on the plane, but cube that we created, that we parented the camera to, is sitting on the plane. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this cube, because when we turn on the game engine, it sits there. So that's our control block. All right, so we're going to take that, we're going to add a keyboard sensor, and when we hit W, we'll give it an AND controller, and then for our actuator, we'll give it motion, and connect all of these. And our location, what we're going to do is we're going to go on the x-axis -0.05. Let's see what that does. And that will move the block forward. Okay, so in the camera view, go to the game engine, hold down the W key, and you move forward. All right, so let's do another one. Let's add another keyboard sensor for, say, D, and we'll do motion. Have this one, we'll rotate on the Z-axis, and let's go -0.05. And let's see. Okay, yeah, it's a little slow, so let's change that to -0.5 and see if that's too fast. It's kind of fast, but you know, we can tweak that. Maybe -0.4. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we got those, and we can just do the opposites for the other ones. So do keyboard, and we can go S for backwards, right? And we'll add another and. Oops. This will be a motion, and this will be a +0.5. Connect those. We'll run the game, go forward, and we go backward. Go backward really fast. That was supposed to be a 0.05. So change that, that'll be good. And we can add another keyboard sensor for the A key. And motion. And that'll do rotation on the Z-axis. We'll go, I believe it's 0.5. Let's check what this one is. It was -0.4, so we'll actually go 0.4. Alright, so start the game, and now we have full motion. Alrighty. So that's how you get a character on your landscape and moving around in the Blender game engine. So I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you did, please leave a comment in the comment area below and subscribe to our channel. All right, thanks.